Keeping venomous reptiles is an unforgiving hobby, requiring proper training and lots of experience. One simple mistake can be the difference between life and death. Remember, the most venomous snake in the world is the one that just bit you. There are no venomous snakes with training wheels. Just because you see Viperkeeper handle snakes a certain way does not mean you should try it too.
The ever famished Thud is ready to shed. He got fed yesterday, but he really needs a soak. Come on, dude. I know this is not what you wanted, but this is what you certainly need. Lock him in here and maybe he'll just relax for a short time and enjoy the spa treatment. We'll move him back into his cage. Well, he's in there. I will sort of spot clean his cage, and we've got some dirty water dishes to get out and change around. Mr. Boomslang is on his annual I'm just going to be pissy and not eat sort of time. I think it's breeding season in South Africa and springtime there. It's fall here, so he's off feed the way he normally does. But you can see he has quite a scale spread. So when he was eating during the year, I gave him quite a lot to build him up. So he will just have to be his pissy self, because I offered him food yesterday, I offered him food the week before, he's refused, and just been foul about it, so he will just have to deal with that. And if we look over there, the female Joe Rocket is just making short work of the frozen thawed rat I gave her. She's a really good feeder, whereas the male that's in the upper cage above, he's hardly interested, and I left the rat there. He didn't even poke his nose out to see what was going on. He may or may not eat it, but many things happened all at once at the lair, hopefully in a very controlled fashion, not in an uncontrolled fashion. Even though sometimes that does occur. Num num. It's like DoorDash sort of for her, because she just stuck about that far out, bit the rat that I offered, and didn't even leave her house to eat it. Mr. Thud has had a nice soak. He's absorbed some water. Looks like it's relatively safe to open. You know where the pointy end is. Hello. How are you? You enjoying playing submarine for a change, huh? We give him a water bowl that, of course, that, you know, he can curl up in and soak, but he prefers to use it as a toilet rather than a swimming pool, don't you? Huh? You ready to come out? Huh? Although Thud's gentle enough not to use a hook to handle him, we will still use a hook. Oh, but we don't want to go back in our cage, do we? This is why we use a hook. Oh, Mr. Thud is misbehaving. See, even the most gentle snake that you think will be perfectly okay will occasionally go off the rails. And that's why we don't free handle snakes here. So, a bit of crankiness from the Thud, which is really rare. That's your tail, dude. We're going to give Thud a peace offering, and Mr. Brown is coming forward. Hey, what about me? Can I have some too? Mr. Brown already had his second. There you go. There's a little tidbit for you as a peace offering. Remember, we were only trying to help you have a very nice shedding, and you got all freaked out. I think he's a bit hangry because of the price of groceries went up. I've been only giving him 1 mouse a week instead of his normal 2. So he's been really upset. Come on, scoop your snoot. Come on.
But I want to stay out in case you have more.
So maybe that will make him feel a little bit better. Hello again. Would you like a second one? I'll be nice to you this week. You know, you just can't take it nice off the forceps, and this way everybody's happy. Everybody has to be an aggressive feeder. Rarely do we have anybody that just takes it gently, nicely off the forceps.
Well, they all act like they're starving, and they all act like you're going to steal it from them, which of course you've never done.
Nope.
There's the wag job.
Nobody goes hungry here. Everybody gets offered food. The question is, are they interested in eating it or not? Now it's time to feed the Papua New Guinea death adders. Oh. She happily took that with some gusto and is doing happy death adder now. I don't know why they do that, but they seem to be quite excited about catching a meal. This animal was captive born here's second generation in 2016. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to find a male to pair her up with because baby death adders were really cool and fun to care for. So we'll let her feed, and we've got her sister down below who we will feed next. Now her sister is hiding there at the end of the log. Oh. And again, turning away from the camera, so there's really not a whole lot to see. But these are landmines with highly neurotoxic venom. People usually step on them in Papua New Guinea and will require ventilation until you can get them to the hospital and get them to the correct antivenom. Now this is another death adder from Papua New Guinea, but from a different part of the island. This is a rough death adder. The previous two snakes were Acanthopus laevis, or smooth death adder. This is a rough death adder, Acanthopus rugosus. And this snake came to me via a friend, Dr. Bob, who sadly passed away in 2015. And I would love to find a male to breed her with so he could continue the bloodline.